I'm Em from Searching for Squatchy, and welcome to the very first Gear Closet Chats, where we sit inside and talk about adventures that take place outside. Today, we're talking about how to drink more water. Now, chances are, if you clicked on this video, you already know that you should be drinking more water, and you probably know why. What you don't know is why it is so dang hard to do so. Can I get an amen? It's hard. Okay. But today I'm giving you my 4 best tips on how to drink more water. Now, I am not a self-proclaimed water enthusiast or somebody who is really great at drinking water. In fact, I did not become really passionate about trying to increase my H2O intake until I had not one, but several kidney stones I passed. I hope y'all never have to go through that pain because it was seriously the worst, and y'all saw me go through some of the pain in my skiing video in Colorado. Pizza's not working! It was pretty miserable. But needless to say, if you drink more water, the chances of you having to pass a kidney stone go down drastically, although the chances are never 0. Anyway, on that high note, let me tell you what my very first tip is to drink more water, and that is play around with the temperature of your water. I don't know why, but us Americans are obsessed with putting ice in our drinks, and that could potentially be prohibiting you from drinking enough water throughout the day. Now, if the idea of drinking lukewarm or room temperature water grosses you out, I'm just saying, give it a try. Maybe mix some things up. Maybe you like hot water. I don't know why you would, but maybe just the fact of adding ice into your drinks makes it too cold to make it an enjoyable temperature for you to drink enough water at. In fact, I love having an ice in my beverage if it's a super hot day or on occasion, but day to day, I just drink my water from the tap, and it is just room temperature, and I find that it's a lot easier to drink more consistently throughout the day. The second tip that I have is to change the water that you're drinking. So we know that we shouldn't really be adding tons of additives into our water all of the time, but if from time to time drinking some Crystal Light or some electrolytes in your water or flavorings in your water helps you to drink more, and especially if it's helping you get started to drink more water, that can be something that can really kickstart your journey to drinking more water on a consistent daily basis. The other thing to consider is to get a water filter if you live in an area of the country where your water is just super terrible. But if you are blessed to live in some areas of the world that have like fresh, cold mountain water that just like disappears in your mouth, I'm looking at you, Georgetown, Colorado. Why is your water so good? It just like disappears in my mouth. It's amazing. I could drink that water like nobody's business. I've also heard mineral water is supposed to be really good for you, but that sounds kind of gross to me. So if I'm gonna add something to my water, we've tried these hydrant drink pouches. They are not really great. They don't taste really great. We got the lime flavor because I love limeade. I love lime. It doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but I'm also not like a LaCroix or bubbly kind of person. Really, like any kind of carbonation is just not really my thing. LaCroix tastes like a burp to me. And so hydrant kind of is not like, oh wow, this is the best taste ever, but it has a lot of electrolytes, which is especially important if you are on a hike or out in the woods, and especially if it's really hot or you're just sweating a lot. If you're like me, you're always sweating a lot, so you know, having some electrolytes is also good to keep you hydrated. Another thing that we've tried is these noun tablets. These are also not very great. I haven't really tried many flavors, but we got this immunity flavor to try that is supposed to, I don't know, if you're sick, stressed, or on the go. And you know, if anything, it just adds a little bit of flavor to your water. Now, one tip to keep in mind, use it in an Nagaline bottle. I know that's not how you pronounce it, but that's how I say it because it makes Sai laugh. Don't put this in a hydration reservoir, which we will talk about in a little bit, but you want to put it in some kind of a bottle that is easy to clean. That's the key. You don't get stuck with a bad taste forever and ever and ever. Amen. All right, my third tip is to track how much water you're drinking. Now, I got a Garmin watch from skwä for my birthday and I love it. I will probably do gear chats just on my watch someday soon, but the app that goes along with the watch is great because I can actually track how much water I drink every day. And it's really nice because there are little quick buttons that you can customize to your water bottle sizes. I have them at 3 different, just like a regular cup, which I guess is kind of pointless because you can also just press the plus sign and it will add 1 cup. But then I have half of my water bottle and then my full water bottle as options that I can just add quickly to the app, and it tracks how much water that I drink every day. And I'm not always the best about using it, but if I ever get lazy and stop using it, then I'm like super gung-ho with getting back on it, especially because I have the motivation of not wanting kidney stones ever again. Let me tell you, if you ever have that kind of pain, you will have the motivation to drink all of the water in the whole Mississippi River. Gotta get backpack out for my last tip. Tip number 4 is to make drinking your water easily accessible. So that means you're handy dandy, what do you call it? Nagling, ready on hand. But if you are camping and hiking, I also really like using a hydration reservoir. They are a pain to clean, not gonna lie. I've been struggling with it a little bit, but I think I'm gonna get one of the cleaners for the actual hose. Kind of what I do now is I just unattach it and then I run this underwater and then I squeeze this mouthpiece and I just run a bunch of water through it and then I hang it up to dry and hit myself in the nose with it. And then with this, the thing that I've found the best to dry them out is to actually put a pair of tongs inside the reservoir and while it's upside down and just like have it propped up and have it properly drained for like a couple days. Hydration reservoirs are great for keeping it on your back, easily accessible. You can just drink it from this little hose like you're a little kid. It's great, you got this little straw hanging around in your face all day, so it reminds you to drink your water. The only problem with the hydration reservoir is you don't actually see how much water you're drinking at a time, so it could be a little bit misleading to know how much you actually have left and if you're drinking too much or too little. But chances are you're drinking too little because you and we are not great at drinking too much water. It also has this nice wide opening that I like that makes it a little bit easier to clean.
Also, bring a huge water jug with you so you can refill your bottles when you're camping or even after short day hikes.
All right, that's a wrap for the very first Gear Closet Chats. Leave a comment below and tell me your favorite tip or what you're gonna do to drink more water and stay hydrated out on the trails. I'll see you in the next one.